Hey, what is up guys, I'm Navu, and today I'm going to be talking about why Ben Simmons will never be seen or considered as a legend. And y'all might be like, no, there's no way this dude's going to the Hall of Fame no matter what. Because the dude's rookie year right now, and he's averaging tons of great numbers. He's being extremely good, playing probably one of the best point guards in the league right now. But I'm going to be why he will never be considered a legend. And I consider him probably going to be a legend one day. But I'm going to get into why NBA fans and pretty much NBA critics all around aren't going to really consider him a legend. Y'all might be thinking I'm crazy, but just listen and hear me out in this video. So without further ado, without me rambling on, let's get right into this video. So my first reason is going to be the new era of basketball. And what I mean by that is pretty much like the entire thing of basketball is pretty much all revolved around scoring, offense, and that kind of affects the point guard. Because now the point guard has came from being a pass-first point guard, like back when Magic Johnson was still playing and all those great players, they were considered pass-first point guards, got their teammates involved, and worried about scoring later. But now the new era of point guard pretty much is score first. If you can score, shoot the ball, and then you worry about getting your teammates involved and passing later. So that kind of hurts Ben Simmons because Ben Simmons does fall under the category of an old-fashioned point guard. As right now, he only has shot 9 3-pointers this entire year, and he has made a whopping 0 of them, which obviously means he's shooting 0% from the 3, and with a league that is revolved around shooting 3s and everything, most people might be like, I don't want to watch that, I want to watch someone that can shoot 3s, and people are going to start criticizing that he can't shoot, and usually point guards that can't shoot don't get consideration of being one of the best point guards in the entire league, but also that means he gets all of his points exclusively from the lane or mid-range shots, and he does average 16.8 points per game, and I mean, that's pretty good, and that's pretty high scoring, but since he gets all of his points from driving and mid-range, that's not fun for people to watch. People aren't going to be watching him. And since he's not like a Steph Curry shooter, a Kyrie Irving caliber shooter, or a Kemba Walker shooter, then people are gonna look at him and be like, "Why would I want to watch this?" And he's not that good because he doesn't have a shot. Because most point guards that are in elite tier right now have a good shot. So if you don't have a shot like they do, people aren't gonna consider you to be as good as them, even though that he's a better point guard, so to say, than most of them. And then also, which that will also lead to him not being flashy nor fun to watch. And when you're not fun to watch, people are just not gonna want to consider you as one of the best, because usually the best of the best are really fun to watch. And also, he would right now he'd rather get his team involved than score himself, as he is ranked number 1 in assists per game among the rookies, and in the entire league right now he is ranked 4th in assists per game, and that's in the entire league. He averages 7.9 assists per game. And right now, if you look at the point guards that are considered the best of the best, they're more concerned about scoring and shooting and all that, because if you look at Kyrie, he is only averaging 4.9 assists per game compared to Ben Simmons' 7.6 assists per game. So he does not get his teammates involved nearly as much as Ben Simmons really does, and he might not make his teammates that much better around him. And then also another point guard that is considered one of the best in the entire league, Steph Curry. The dude only averages 6.6 assists per game, so he gets his teammates involved a little bit more. But then, I mean, if he doesn't really get that many assists for his team when Ben Simmons averages 7.6, and that is only going up. He's averaging more and more assists per game every game. But then right now, look at what those two point guards have in common. They don't really have that many assists per game, and they don't really pass the ball very well. But then you look at something else they both have in common. They both have extremely good 3-point shots, or just shots in general. They can score, they're flashy, they have nice dribble moves, and also they both average over 20 points per game. So obviously, the NBA fans can favor people that can shoot, score, and just score tons of points with over 20 points per game. That's really good in the NBA, obviously. So I mean, when you look at people that you score, and if you have to be able to score and shoot to be a top tier point guard in this league as of right now, Ben Simmons is in trouble because he does not have much of a shot. And then also another reason, he's not really the first this is to happen to. Why do I think that fans are gonna start not wanting him to be that great, or not even not wanting, but just not liking him, and then he won't be considered a legend because not many fans liked him or really cared about him? Is because he's just not the first person this to happen to. I mean, look at Lonzo Ball, his fellow rookie right now, the number 2 overall pick. He right now is in top 10 assists per game among the league. He is averaging more assists than pretty much everybody in the entire league at point guard, which you're supposed to do. You're supposed to get your teammates involved. Very, very good. And also, he does rebound very good, as he averages 10 rebounds per game, 7.1 assists per game, and 6.4 points per game. And then you also average that he gets 1.4 steals per game. So right now, he's a very good point guard. He doesn't average that many points. He worries about getting his teammates involved. He rebounds for him and plays defense. That's an extremely good point guard. But since he can't score, people are considering him a bust. I'm not a Lonzo Ball fan, nor do I like him. But for you to call him a bust when he's one of the you want to be if you're gonna be a true point guard, follow what Lonzo Ball is doing or Ben Simmons is doing, and then you will have a really good point guard. And so for the fact that he's still considered a bust is pretty crazy. And then also, I mean, another reason people do consider him a bust, just look at his shooting. He flat out, he just can't shoot. He shoots 29% from the three, so people just automatically consider him a bust. If they put Lonzo Ball and Ben Simmons, put Ben Simmons and Lonzo Ball shoot, he'll be considered a bust. Put Lonzo Ball and Ben Simmons, he'll be considered one of the best rookies in the league right now. I mean, it's just not fair for Lonzo, and I mean, or Ben Simmons. The fact that it's only a matter of time until that happens to Ben Simmons too. They're averaging pretty close to the same numbers, and then that's gonna eventually show, and then Ben Simmons is gonna start falling off just because he can't score or shoot, and people are just not gonna want him, like him that much. But then also, that's not even only happening to rookies. It's even happening to veterans. And one of those veterans, like Jeff Teague, who right now is averaging 7.2 assists per game, but he is only averaging 13.4 points per game. Now, he isn't considered a bad point guard, but he's not considered an elite point guard or even an all-star caliber point guard. But then you also look at something else. He only averages 35% from three, and no one really considers him to be that good, even though he's getting his teammates involved, almost averaging 8 assists per game. He doesn't score that much. He averages over 5 rebounds per game, and he averages 1 steal per game. So he plays defense, rebounds, assists, does everything a point guard should do, does it very well, doesn't worry about scoring, not selfish. But since he can't shoot and only shoots 35% from the three, no one really considers him to be that good. But then also, this one might surprise you, even an elite point guard and Damian Lillard, people consider this guy an extremely good player, but he doesn't get the respect he deserves. This dude is one of the best point guards, probably top 3 point guards in the league, but he still doesn't get the respect he deserves. People consider him probably a top 10, top 15 point guard in the league, even though he's a top 3. Just look what he does. The dude, right now, he's only in 2 All-Stars. Since his rookie year, he has only made 2 All-Stars in a 6-year career, where this dude has never averaged under 20 points per game. Since his rookie year, he's never averaged under 20 points per game. He's never averaged under 6 assists per game. And also, his entire career, he's been averaging very good. He can shoot very good. He can score very good over his entire career. That's better than a lot of all-star point guards. But since he's not flashy and can't shoot that good from the three, what happens? He doesn't get the respect he deserves, and people just don't consider him, and that Steph Curry's in the Kyrie Irvings of the league, and when he really should be considered that. If you really want more proof to why he's not considered that, he's ranked 105th in three-point percentage. 105th. But he's still a great point guard, can score over 20 points per game, can't shoot a 3. Doesn't get the respect he deserves. Alright, so now that I got all that out of the way, let's just recap what I said before I end off the video. So why do I think Ben Simmons will never be considered a great legend or anything like that? It's just because of the new era of how everything's happened, the new era of the league where you have to be a shoot first. Don't worry about passing that much. Don't worry about getting your teammates involved until you can score and everything. And you're just not considered being that good if you can't really shoot. And the proof is between a fellow rookie Lonzo Ball, veterans like Jeff Teague, and even elite point guards Damian Lillard that don't get the respect they deserve just because they can't shoot all that great. And even more proof of that, just look at the top point guards, Steph Curry and Kyrie. None of them average as many assists per game as Damian Lillard or Ben Simmons or even Lonzo Ball does. But what can they all do? They can score like a mother fricker. I don't want to say that word. And also, they can just shoot the 3 out of the out of their butt. Like, they can shoot a three without even looking. And Ben Simmons, Lonzo, and Damian Lillard, and Jeff Teague just can't really do that well. So they're not considered. They're never going to be considered at that top tier of point guard. So guys, if you do agree with me at any point, hit the like button or just comment below. Do you agree with me that Ben Simmons is going to be a legend? Do you think he can develop a shot, and do you think he'll be a legend? Do you agree with me that if you can't shoot, that you just aren't going to be ever considered that good? Comment all that below. And if you did like the video at any point, hit the like button. If you really like the video, hit the subscribe button. It would mean the world to me. And also, if you didn't like the video, just leave us cool. But kids, don't think about you either. Remember, never do your vegetables, always do your drugs. Stay safe, race you, but goodbye.